Inflation. It's a word that gets thrown around a lot, usually by economists with fancy degrees and even fancier vocabularies. They talk about it in terms of percentages and indexes. But what does it really mean for the rest of us? But what does it actually mean for you, the average Joe or Jane just trying to buy groceries and maybe, just maybe, afford a vacation someday? How does this seemingly abstract concept affect your daily life and long-term plans? In the simplest terms, inflation is when things get more expensive. It's not just about the price of one or two items going up, it's about a general increase in prices across the board. Not just one or two things, mind you, but pretty much everything. From the food you eat to the clothes you wear and even the services you use, everything starts to cost more. That cup of coffee you get every morning? Yeah, that'll cost more. Your daily caffeine fix is going to take a bigger bite out of your wallet. That new phone you've been eyeing, the one with all the latest features and sleek design, you guessed it, pricier than it was a few months ago. And it's not just luxury items, even everyday essentials are affected. This happens because the value of money goes down. When your money loses value, it can't buy as much as it used to. Think of it like this. If you had $1 back in the day, you could buy a whole bag of candy. It felt like you were rich, even if just for a moment. Now, you're lucky if you can get a couple of pieces. The same dollar doesn't stretch as far as it used to. Inflation is basically your money's arch nemesis, slowly but surely chipping away at its purchasing power. It's like a hidden tax that affects everyone, making it harder to save and plan for the future. The most obvious place you'll feel the sting of inflation is at the grocery store. Prices have been steadily climbing, and it's hard not to notice the impact on your wallet. Remember when a loaf of bread used to cost a couple of bucks? Those days seem like a distant memory now. Now, it's practically a luxury item. The price of bread has skyrocketed, making it feel like a splurge rather than a staple. And don't even get me started on the price of eggs. Once a cheap source of protein, eggs have become a symbol of inflation. They've become so expensive, chickens are probably walking around with security guards. It's almost comical if it weren't so frustrating. It's not just food either. The rising costs extend to household items as well. Everything from cleaning supplies to toiletries seems to be part of some elaborate price-hiking conspiracy. It's as if every aisle is out to get your hard-earned money. Suddenly, those everyday essentials are starting to feel a lot less essential when you're forking over your entire paycheck just to keep your bathroom stocked. The struggle is real, and it's affecting everyone. Inflation doesn't just affect the money you're spending, it also impacts the money you're saving. When prices rise, the purchasing power of your money decreases. This means that the same amount of money buys you less than it did before. It's not just about the immediate hit to your wallet when you go shopping. The ripple effects extend to your savings as well. Remember that money you've been diligently putting aside for a rainy day? Well, thanks to inflation, that rainy day might arrive, and you'll find your savings have shrunk faster than a wool sweater in a hot dryer. The value of your hard-earned savings diminishes over time, eroding your financial security. This is because the interest you earn on your savings account might not keep up with the rate of inflation. Even if your bank offers a decent interest rate, it often falls short of the inflation rate. So while you might be technically earning a little bit of money, the value of your savings is actually decreasing in real terms. Your purchasing power is eroding, making it harder to achieve your financial goals. It's like running on a treadmill. You're putting in the effort, but not really getting anywhere. You're working hard to save, but inflation is making it feel like you're stuck in place, unable to move forward financially. But John, I hear you saying my wages are going up. I'm getting raises. And that's great news, except, are those raises keeping pace with the rising inflation? If not, you might actually be losing ground financially. Let's say you get a 3% raise this year. Sounds pretty good, right? But what if inflation is at 5% or even higher? This means that while you are technically earning more money, the price of goods and services has increased at a faster rate, effectively outpacing your raise. It's a frustrating reality for many people, feeling like they're working harder but still struggling to make ends meet and stay afloat.